Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and if you were following all the chaos that popped off last night, yesterday evening, depending on where you were, I guess if you're across the world sometime else, while those ballistic missiles were being shot into Iraq at U.S. military targets, there's a plane that went down over Tehran, and there was clear video that it was on fire in the air before it went down. So I figured what we would do is that we would do an Ask Me Anything. If you guys want to comment on this, what's going on in the war, really anything, you can do so right now. Get them in because we rarely finish all the way through them. We'll take all super chats as always, but I wanted to lead in with this story before we really get started because it's certainly an interesting mystery to me, and you have to wonder if this is a message, a target of opportunity. There's a lot of possibilities here. Iran plane was most likely shot down as crash pics show obvious projectile holes, say experts, and it certainly does look that way. The Kiev-bound Ukraine International Airlines jet came down shortly after taking off from Tehran Airport in Iran this morning, killing everyone on board. And you got to wonder who exactly was on board. I'm not sure if there's been a full list of names out there. So let's go down here. I mean, nobody survived. You wouldn't think people were going to be surviving. It's right here. Here's Tehran. Talk about coincidental that this happens, and it doesn't look like, it's a surface to air shoulder rocket or anything like that. It looks like, it was fired upon with some kind of like a Gatling gun. The tragedy came just hours after Tehran fired at least 15 ballistic missiles at 2 U.S. bases in Iraq, sparking fears it could have been shot down by mistake by jittery Iranian air defenses. Iran blamed technical problems for the deadly fireball and have locked down the crash site and refused to release the black boxes to international authorities. But aviation experts have now suggested a shoot-down was the most likely explanation for the disaster. The OPS group, an aviation risk monitoring group, said we would recommend the starting assumption to be that it was shot down, a shoot-down event similar to MH17 until there is clear evidence to the contrary. They highlighted pictures of the crash, which they said show obvious projectile holes in the fuselage and wing section. So, again, I'm wondering who's on the plane, what else may have caused the crash, why this happened, etc. So, guys, as I said, get the questions in, and actually, in about an hour and a half, a little less, we're going to have Slow News Day, Steve Poikian, on the host of Slow News Day, who does the action for Assange, who just had a hit piece put out about him on his coverage of Pete Bootlicker and his ties to the Central Intelligence Agency. So that'll be coming up after this Ask Me Anything. Let's get right to it. Let's start her off. Oh, we got a super chat. Let's go there first. Flickoff says, I heard the Soleimani killed Americans. Talking about point coming from Dick Cheney. And there is no source for it. Thoughts? Yeah. Listen, Soleimani killed Americans. Well, let's go to my little Twitter feed, and maybe we'll play this clip. Maybe we'll play an American clip praising Soleimani. A CNN clip praising the Soleimanster. Showing the hypocrisy because he took out ISIS. Even Trump, and by the way, Trump was definitely stuttering. People were talking about how much he was sniffing. There were like 3 or 4 words I caught at the very tail end that he mispronounced. Come on, how many of these things do we got here? There's so much. Let's see, we should be there almost, right? Yes, 3 years ago. Here, let's play this.
In recent weeks, the Iraqi military has made key gains against the forces of the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. And few military minds have received more credit for those battlefield wins than this man, Iranian General Qasem Soleimani, the leader of Iran's elite special operations Quds Force. When Iraqi troops pushed back Islamic State militants in the key town of Jerf al-Sakr late last month, Iranian state media and Iraqi news websites suggested Soleimani masterminded the victory. As military advisor, Soleimani is also credited with leading Shia militias and Iraqi troops in key wins against Islamic State forces, advancing on villages surrounding the capital, Baghdad. The Islamic State terrorists sought to surround Baghdad, but they failed in reaching their ominous goals thanks to Iran's support, said senior Iranian military official.
Let's just stop it there. Remember, there were headlines. We got the number one bad guy in the world. It's always the number one bad guy in the world. And by the way, Paul Krugman's trending. I also tweeted about that earlier because he said that his IP address had been used to download CP. It was a really weird one. He said the Times is on the case. I don't know what that means. You probably want the FBI on that case. And he also brought up QAnon, which Lord knows what's going on there. Now is QAnon just automatically associated with high-level pedophiles? You wonder why I get upset, guys. You wonder why I have a bit of a conniption fit. Because there's reality to be had. All right. MF Doom, Mad Villain, says, I don't believe it was Iran that did this. The real question should be who was on that plane at Jason Burmis. Did you hear we finally got the American contractor's name? And I think I did not hear that. I think you're referring to the contractor that is supposed to have been what the military drone retaliations were for in Syria and Iraq. I did not know that. See some false flag stuff. Whoa, there's the big jump. Oh, we already had another super chat. Sorry. You're the man, bruh. Keep spreading the truth. Thank you, Anthony Zappin. We really do appreciate that. Oof. All right, so now we're here. Gooey gumdrops. Probably the USA. Why do we fight wars for Israel? It's not for Israel. It's for full spectrum dominance in the Middle East. There is an obvious U.S., Anglo-American, Saudi-Israeli alliance in that region. And that's not every American, and that's not every Israeli. It's not how the world works, man. It's a very simplistic view. I'm Canadian, staying in Mexico for the next 3 months. I hear there were 63 Canadians. Plus, haven't having problems with Boeing 737s in the first place. Hey, I'm all about the high-speed railway system. And what about the supposed earthquake near Iran's nuke plants? I don't know anything about that. You'd have to send me information. Who was on that plane? Yes. Hashtag flick off. Flick off. Always supporting the show. Thank you so much, man. So Pompeo didn't show any proof Soleimani was preparing a huge attack on the U.S. asset? No. Did he? I haven't seen any. Listen, Pompeo said a lot of things. Remember the Limpet mine attack? There was going to be indisputable evidence that the Limpet mine attack was the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. Instead, all they showed was what appeared to be Iranian Revolutionary Guard retrieving the unexploded Limpet mine that had been placed there. The real question is, if you have video of that event, why don't you have video of the first event? Murky Waters, Jason. Thanks for the deep dive. Thank you, Brian Telford, for supporting this channel. And by the way, guys, you want to support the channel? This is how you do it. You support it with the GoFundMe. 5, 10, 15. It means the world to me. We'd really like to hit our goals. I hate having to hammer that home, but, I got to pay the bills. You got to have those skills to pay the bills. What QAnon says about Soleimani and Trump now, I have no idea. I don't pay attention to fairy tales. Trump trusts the same deep state he claims to be fighting. Yeah, I agree. It's a real problem, American prisoner. Paul, he has been naughty and he's trying to distract. I don't know what that means. Oh, I don't think it's... listen, if you think Donald Trump is in full control of the government in the United States, you're way off. This isn't one of those distraction things. This is the people around him. This is the geopolitical situation. Trump is pulling none of these strings. He's being puppeteered. Thanks for your work, Jason. Occult Priestess. Justin Kirschman, it is for Israel. Greater Israel. It's not every Israeli, but it is the government. But even the government, there's differences, right? I mean, you got a guy like Netanyahu that'll sit there and be just like a total, like Israel's a total ethno-state, okay? Israel isn't for everybody. There's that. And then you have kind of a lighter opposition militarily with Ehud Barak, but at the same time, he's got ties to Black Cube. He's got ties to Epstein, to Weinstein as well, because he suggested, he really put Black Cube in touch with Weinstein. I'm not saying any of these high-level people are are good. Okay? Let's see. Let's see. What do we got here? What was Epstein? 63 Canadians. Big in the news here. Yeah, I know 63 Canadians. I have heard that died on that plane. Not as far as I know about Pompeo, just wondering. Okay. CNN, MSNBC, Fox News equals American propaganda. I'd say globalist propaganda, right? I'd say military media industrial complex propaganda. I think this is just like Flight 655. Don't know much about that. There is a Freemasonic Kabbalah pyramid incorporated in the Iranian parliament building and the cassette building. They're all in the same club. Don't be fooled by the smoke and mirrors. 11 Ukrainian on the plane. 737-800. Very reliable aircraft. Well, obviously. Look, I mean, those bullet holes look like bullet holes. Did I say bullet holes? Could they be not bullet holes? I don't know. Again, tell me otherwise. Show me evidence. I'm willing to check it out. You know, I'm into that. I know I'm kooky, but I'm into that crazy little thing called evidence. It's wacky. It's wild. It's nutty. You know, what do you say to that? Oh, I'm sorry. I went to the wrong thing. I'm forgetting that part's live. I was checking to see if I had to already roll a remonetization on that and whether the Jussie Smollett, see there, you can't see it here, but you'll kind of see it. I got to request a manual review on my Jussie Smollett video. Remember, they never remain monetized the whole time. Every video I do goes up for review, guys. Every one. That's why I need your help on the GoFundMe. We'll get back to the questions in a second. In one moment. In a hot minute. And then once that's done, okay, great. Fantastic. Let's keep going. Some behind-the-scenes stuff. Tardy to the party. What up, Burmis? Or Brigade. And Jason, how you doing, Drufus? Another great supporter of the show. American Prisoner says Lindsey Graham should be sent to Guantanamo Bay. Let me tell you why he shouldn't be sent to Guantanamo Bay. We shouldn't have Guantanamo Bay. We shouldn't have other black sites. Let's not put Lindsey Graham in Guantanamo Bay. Let's shut Guantanamo Bay down. John McCain is resurrecting in Lindsey Graham. I mean, that's not probably far off. Excuse me. Peace, thumbs up, Drew and all. Sorry, there we go. Where are we? I was talking about Krugman. You did mention him. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird that he's saying that his IP address... First of all, where would he get information that it was his IP address that was downloading CP? That seems odd to me. That whole... The way it was phrased, it's the whole thing's weird. I don't know. Jason, did you hear what GOP Senator Mike Lee said about the briefing on the Soleimani assassination? I did not. Hey, Drew, noticed you flashed the Burmese Brigade in the We Are Change chat yesterday. Oh, did he? That's kind of funny. Oh, boy. Jason, be open, think bigger. Conspiracies are, or you can be true. Much respect. Listen, I don't know how much bigger I'm going to think. I give you the anything's possible, what's probable. Have discernment. I've looked at a multitude of quote-unquote conspiracy theories. We probably just shot it down like we did in the 80s. That's from Truck Bros. Hey, how we doing, Controversy Radio? Justice Smollett was sleeping with one of the Nigerian twins and buying drugs off the other one. It's in the police records. Damn. I wonder if he was sleeping with the one that punched him in the face. Just do it. Just punch me. I mean, none of that should be shocking. I mean, again, we don't need all their Google accounts and their Google records. I mean, if you missed that, guys, by the way, the video I did just before this, the idea that we need Justice Smollett's Google account information for a full year, it should be really distressing to everybody. Okay? Go check out that video after you see this one. Love evidence, evidence power. Nobody cares about Jussie. It's being bigger than Jussie now that the judge has ruled that. That's the point. I'm not defending what Juicy Smollett has done. You know, his hoaxing was terrible and it was awful. Hey, Flick, I troll Luke time to time, but he and I are cool. You don't have to troll Luke, guys. Thanks, Drufus. Are you going to the McGregor fight to protest? I'm not. Listen, it still might not even happen, guys. Apparently he's in Vegas. There still hasn't been a press conference. They've got Anthony Pettis on tap for the main event. Obviously, they're protecting this guy from the press. Usually, they're running promos. They don't want anybody to ask any of the real questions. And you know what? We got to keep shouting from the mountaintops. In fact, now's a good time for everybody. If you're watching this on a computer or something like that, right? Then you can just go on your phone to what I'm about to send you, right? Or maybe just open up a new tab. And everybody, it's in the bottom of the chat right now. Here's the thread that provides a multitude of evidence that Conor McGregor brutally beat and raped a woman in front of eyewitnesses over a year ago in December. And it's not, mom who accused Irish sports star of rape was found battered and bruised, discussing statements made by others. These statements are hugely detailed and complex and go into minute detail of every aspect of the night and the attack. Okay? This isn't hearsay. This is multiple witnesses. Okay? This is the real deal. Woman allegedly raped by Irish sports star was choked during ordeal. There were clear marks of choking around the woman's neck shortly after the incident on Monday morning. Remember, there were forensic examinations, CCTV footage, you name it. You name it, guys. So it's in there. Give it a retweet. Let's go back to the questions. Get your questions in, guys. We're taking all questions, and obviously all super chats come first. Microwave mayonnaise, presto. That's disgusting. I don't own a microwave up here. Yeah, I don't microwave my food. If you care about the evidence, then why can you make accusations if there's not been official charges against McGregor? Seems hypocritical. Oh, Tagu, I'm so glad that you were right after that super chat. I'll tell you why. Maybe you didn't just see, let's pause this. Maybe you just didn't see the fact that, this is from the Mirror. There's IrishCentral.com, the Mirror, the Mail, the Times, the Telegraph. They're all conspiring against your boy, right? Right? Like this isn't a high-level police source right here telling me that the statements are hugely detailed and complex and go to minute detail of everything about the attack. That she wasn't choked and beaten, that she wasn't bleeding, that there weren't previous accusations. See, this isn't one media outlet. There's no one trying to smear the guy, okay? All right? Not just one sexual assault prior to this in Ireland, but, several, it seems. Several, all right? And then you have the one after this violent attack from a few months back. The woman was so scared, she didn't name him immediately because she was in a deep state of distress, and she's absolutely terrified. She was allegedly beaten viciously during this. You see this? This is the other thing, guys. I'm not trying to be a white knight here. This is a high-level professional athlete beating the fuck out of a woman. It turns my fucking stomach. In front of people and raping. I mean, doing everything you could possibly do to humiliate and traumatize another human being, short of taking, their life. I don't know what would be worse than this. So fuck this guy. How about that, Tagu? Hypocritical my ass. It's obviously being covered up. It's obviously. Forensically, the hotel room has been identified and examined by forensic experts. CCTV footage has been downloaded, and they have spoken to staff. The woman has been handed over her bloodstained clothing to the Gardaí, which are the police, and that is now being examined. The guy said he showed up the next morning and said he had consensual sex with her. Come on. What do you want here? Okay, and then they still didn't pick him up until the 17th when she made this statement, or the 18th, I'm sorry, of last year, almost a year ago, where he came in again with his lawyer and said that it was consensual. The leaked text messages or WhatsApp messages between real journalists, the fact it's been confirmed to me, McGregor, the fact they have an 8% conviction rate in Ireland, the fact some of these cases take 5+ years, the fact that this woman has already turned down $1 million, you fucking make me sick. You fanboys make me sick. If you want to see me go over pretty much all that in a very calm fashion, it's at the end of the thread. But like I said, we're going to send it one more time. Let's get this out there. I don't want to see WME Entertainment, Disney, who owns ESPN, ESPN Plus, all that shit, make any money on this. All right, how about that? We'll get back to the questions. Sorry, I got a little emotional. Like 30s, like number 30 mine. Hit the like watchers. Yeah, hit those like buttons. Thumbs us up. Trudeau is a coward of the country. His nose is growing. I mean, it's always. I don't like McGregor, but your attacks seem premature. Tagu, no. No. LOL 63 freeloader of off of Canada, yeah, but real Canadian, nope. Green Thumb Miller. Thoughts on earthquakes near Iran nuclear plant? Isn't that where they test weapons? I don't know about that, but there's a big jump right there. But I'm going to have to look into it. I guess I don't have any thoughts on it until I actually check it out. Oh, wow, that's a lot. Let's see. Power plant, there we go. Controversy Radio. Who do you think down the plane of Tehran? Did you hear about the earthquake? We opened up with the Tehran stuff. Let's see who was on that plane. It's pretty. It seems pretty obvious that it was shot down, but not with. It doesn't look like a bomb on board or like a surface to air missile. I mean, it looks like it was literally shot up. You know, there's a lot of little holes that really do suggest that on these things, and the military surrounded it. Could have been a mistake by the Iranian military. Could have not been. I'm holding my judgment until I see a lot more evidence. Are there marches protesting in from the military-industrial complex companies sometime? Mainly Lockheed, Boeing, General Dynamics, Northrop. Not that I know of. Oh, Jussie Smollett is fake news. Wah, wah, wah. Woo. In front of me. Iran in bed with Soviet, Israel, Russia, and China. What banking cartel is embedded across China? All prep for Belt and Road destroy the West. That's Plain Drifter. Sent you a DM on the earthquake. Okay, thank you, Bad Dandy. Tegu, Conor should be home dealing with the issues. He has 19 convictions in that country. He only paid $1,000 for punching that old man in the face. I mean, I don't think I'd be able to get out of the country, right? Would you? Come on. Sorry to change the subject, just curious if you follow the Boy Scouts abuse and the recent court cases regarding that. I've seen certain lawsuits and court cases coming in, and I've also seen a lot of commercials now going around television, not only on the Boy Scouts, but on the clergy. It's a good thing. We need more people to come out. We need to unravel these rings. All right? Juice, says Doug29. Riskman says, caught Burma's live again. How goes it, JB? I'm doing all right. Doing all right. Luke trolls everyone else. LOL. Does Luke troll people? I don't know. Did I miss much? He probably did it. Where are the charges? Again, all right. Look, man, I just explained it to you. If you want to see the calm 30-minute breakdown, I explained it to you in like 4 minutes. If you want to do better than the 30-minute breakdown, what you can do is you can read all those articles and decide for yourself if I'm making this up. There's some conspiracy against Conor McGregor. Thanks for doing these vids, because you know everything. Now we know what to think. I'm not telling you what to think. You're more than able to make your own decisions. You're a human being. You're grown. You got your own brain. I'm presenting links and evidence, and you're more than welcome to do so as well. That's what we're about here. Okay? Oof. It says 20 are watching. It dropped down to 0 watching on my thing. YouTube has been so weird lately. What happened with Luke? I've been under a rock. You can go watch my videos from June when I left. They'll be able to go into it for you. We troll him out of love. Like when I say Luke's nose done 9/11, Luke can take a joke, LOL. I love Luke, man. But his name is redacted. I don't get it. It's because it's illegal in those countries to name him. And RTE leaked his name and almost got fined for it. Again, you want to understand that? Go watch that 30-minute video at the end of the thread. Okay? Please. I can't stand that guy. It's 100% him. Tagu, please. Let's see. Those were not 63 Canadians. Oh no, Captain Chaos? Who were they? With my 0 people watching over here. I don't want to refresh though. I don't care whether you like the guy or not. Listen, it's not me. It's not about me liking whether I liked how he fought, whether I liked how he promoted. I don't care about that. Go through my stuff. I wasn't a nut rider or a hater either way. I'm a longtime MMA fan. I'm disgusted that they would promote this guy when he has a ton of evidence against him that he's a brutal, violent rapist. Okay? Period. He should be in fucking prison. Not making tens of millions of dollars in a fight. Not making a company their biggest pay-per-view of the year. No, fuck that, dude. I'm sorry. I'm not in a world where I'm going to be talked down to like a child and say they didn't name him. I have basic deduction of reasoning. Thank you. Why would you choose to close Gitmo? What else would you do with P-Gate players? You're joking, right? That's funny. Eagle Sapper, that's hilarious. Are you out of your mind? Listen, just so you know, the people that are in Guantanamo Bay, Abu Ghraib, and black sites across the world aren't fucking pedogate players, bro. Hate to tell you. I'm not saying there's not some pedophiles in there. I'm not saying they don't have some imams in there that have taken part in, I don't know, pleasure marriages, which I did a piece on. But your fairy tales that superheroes are taking over message boards and dropping knowledge are fucking tired. They're tired and sad. Fun Loving B says there is no conspiracy against McGregor. I'm only back from Ireland, and he has very little support back at home now. And yes, Irish law doesn't allow for accusers or defendants named until charges are made. Thank you, Fun Loving B. So, look, dude, again, they're trying to squeeze every bit of money they can be out of there. Every single person that I've shown that McGregor information to that uses their actual identity either backs off and stops challenging me or actually private messages me and apologizes because the amount of evidence is overwhelming. Okay? Overwhelming. Listen, let's see where we go. Why would you choose? Seriously, I had to read that again on the second post. So the witnesses just witnessed. Aren't they culpable? No, they made statements. Again, the whole thing is very complex. If you read that article that I just put up there, okay, let's put it up there again. Let's go to the actual article so we can read it for people. Because I want people to understand, I'm not making this up. All right, hold on. Here we go, guys. And we'll go back to the questions. Remember, taking all super chats, guys. And let's see, minute detail. Where is it? Remember, this is where she thinks he's dangerous. It's got to be above this. Okay, here we go. So statements are hugely detailed. Let's start there. All right. So right here, let's go up to this. Sources have said the sports star has not. Has that the woman is yet to make a statement. So she still hasn't made her statement. But the other statements from people, okay, because let's go above that so you can see this. Man, Mir, you got to be kidding me. All right. She has been examined forensically by a doctor at the Rotunda Hospital Sexual Assault Treatment Unit. They have established, okay. First of all, here you see the forensic evidence, okay. The woman met the sports star at Dublin Village, traveled in an SUV, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Identified the sports star to the police, but didn't make the actual formal statement. The forensic examination showed she suffered serious injuries. She's a mother of a young child and in a relationship with another man. And this was in front of people. Again, these statements are hugely detailed and complex and go into minute detail of every aspect on the night and the attack. She has been offered counseling and assistance, and specialist Gardaí are liaising with her to help her through the difficult time. Regardless of the lack of statement, Gardaí are continuing their inquiries and are trying to establish the journey as well as the exact location of the attack. See, she's too scared, okay? She gives the forensic examination, but others have already made these statements. Again, read through all of it yourself. It's all open source for you guys. It's in that thread. We're going to send the thread down the road right now again. Okay? No excuses, just results. Getting back to your questions in a moment. Here we go. And remember, we're going to have Slow News Day on at the top of the next hour to talk about the new Daily Beast hit piece about how Steve has identified Pete Bootlicker as, an establishment intelligence asset. But we'll get to that. Let's see. Prince Harry has given his up his royalty as him and his wife are moving to Canada. Was in the UK news. I saw that It's all weird. We'll see what happens there. I don't think he's actually giving up any kind of title. I think it's kind of a move to normalize royalty. But we'll see. By the way, this is old news, the Paul Krugman scandal. It's not old news. Paul Krugman tweeted about it today, several hours ago, because I retweeted it. Probably is 3 or 4 hours old news, trending now, old news. Who is this Trolly McTroll up there? Well, who's this? Is that Hydra troll? The trollage. Oh, the whole thing is bonkers. How does a person, famous or not, get entrance into the U.S. with 19 convictions? It's nuts. It's nuts. DARPA battle hardened mini killer Beetle drones, maybe? Awesome. Let's shut it down! I don't know what that means. Mike Lee calls the State Department military briefing on the Soleimani strike the worst briefing I've seen. Senator Lee went on to say it was insulting to be told by administration officials not to debate. Damn. It's bad enough to be brutally assaulted, but with an audience, who doesn't try to stop it? Horrific. There's another. The brain is trolling too. Right, but the names are redacted. You're probably right. I'm not probably right. I've already explained to you. If you read through the thread, it is confirmed that that it's him. 100% confirmed all those stories are him. That's why I take Dana White to task in the video. Listen, if you don't think that Dana White, Ari Emanuel, WME Entertainment had their private investigators on that case and McGregor right away, you're crazy. Of course they did. 100% they did. Riskman says, thanks, JB, for all the hard work you do for bringing these issues into the light. Conor should be made to deal with for his charges before fighting. 100%. 100%. 100%. The merits of taking military action against Iran. I can't really think of anyone. God don't save her ass. I don't know what that means either. Was John McCain executed? No, John McCain had brain cancer. John McCain was not executed in Guantanamo Bay after a secret trial. Sorry. No. No. Why would you choose to close Gitmo? I get it. Just more not. Is that a bot? Do they have these zombie bots in here now? If I see Prince Harry, I'll kick him in the nuts. We don't encourage assault here on the channel. It's illegal to have penal colonies. Bullet holes, they sure aren't Canadian geese. Not there. Death sentence, half-wit, military tribunal, death. Heck yeah, speak the truth, Jason. No hotels want this kind of bad news, so you know it's true for them to come out in defense of her. Listen, the hotel, if you watch my original piece, I actually have like the one little TV clip of right after it happened at the hotel. Look, dude, it's sick. It makes me turn my stomach just thinking about it. And again, it makes me turn my stomach that not only won't the mainstream media touch on it, and the New York Times whitewashed it, and there is no real MMA media, but nobody in the alternative media, aka none of that InfoWars crew's touching it. Why aren't they touching it? Isn't Disney important enough to go after? It makes you wonder, right? Conor shows his true colors when he shows up the next day with his lawyers to the police station before she even complained to let the police know it was consensual. Sick. Yeah, I agree. Whoa, another jumpski. Again, we'll take all super chats, guys. Probably wrapping this one up in about 10 minutes. We're going to continue up here. 241. Oh, that's when it dropped down to 0. Yeah, I got you. Let's see, man. That's a tough one. Here we go. There we are. F. Conor the Coward. Well, when you consider that something Lyme, 80% of police rape kits are not even processed in the U.S. Listen, we're fucked in the U.S. too. And most people don't even go to the police. Lots of CP setups going on from hackers. That's a possibility. They use it as a club. When are you going to do a full feature documentary again? Great question. Well, actually, I'm doing Kid Carnivore. I think we're going to call it Kid Carnivore. We're going to start shooting a week from today. It's not what you're usually getting from Jason Burmis. I expect it to be a fun buddy comedy and kind of like a pseudo experiment and not taking it too seriously, but hopefully something different and fun I can do with Dylan. Super sick slime bucket that preys on weaker women. Clockwork Orange, his bollocks. I think she's talking some Conor there. Tagged you on Twitter about the American contractor. Thank you, sir. The plane. Yes, the plane. Jason, we love you. Crazy what's going on. Body language ghosted a video on Trump's body language today. Yeah, he was out of it today, right? He was so out of it. And he mispronounced so many words. He was almost zombified. He did not look good today. But the message was better than I expected. Not great by any means. Why would you choose to... Oh, my God. If I see it again, Eagle Zapper, you get blocked. If you've already done it, I'm sorry. Because if I hit it again, we block people. It's been a while since I blocked somebody live. Possibly underground nuke testing. The earthquakes happened when they conducted nuclear testing. Also happened moments before that plane went down. Electronic, regular jail, dingbat. Sure have to agree with your thoughts on the Smollett issue. No love in my heart for that guy whatsoever, but I think the courts being able to get his data is a slippery slope. Yeah, 1 year of his Google account data, every respect, what's on his phone, is very dangerous. Extremely. Hopefully it was full of CIA assets, not likely. As Israel announced, the laser sword can knock anything out of the sky. Eagles, ever you have such a small brain. PR is in the deep dark now. They are going to suffer again. Strafed. They did scramble jets that night around Tehran. Mistaken identity. A little worried about the F-35s en route from Turkey. Probably, oh geez. Yes, Luke trolls Josh. Oh, yeah, but that's a loving troll. They troll back and forth. I mean, that's almost like childlike to me. I'm not that guy. Like, when I'm in somebody's messages, I'm trying to, add to the discussion in the message board or add to the video with information. I don't know. I guess I don't want to say I take this too seriously because I think there's a line. But especially when I'm talking about serious issues, fuck yeah, I do. It kind of drives me nuts that others don't. There's a time for fun, and I have that time too, and I make it pretty clear. But when I'm talking about serious issues, I take it pretty seriously. I don't know. The 63 Canadians again, the black box not getting turned over. Yep, we covered that. Have you had a chance to see the new pics of Clinton and Maxwell? Did a video on it earlier. Trump is the deep state. Jet was a 737-800, not a 737 MAX. Okay. He did a video on the Clinton. Yes, I did. 227. Okay, there's the watching on the watchers with the watching, jumping. No people leave and enter. Thumbs this video up, by the way, guys. Thumbs the video up. Sub and share if you're new. Those are fake Canadians. Conspiracy happens, but you guys are getting nutty in here. McGregor is a clown. It has been known in MMA circles for months that Conor is up on rape charges, several in Ireland. The rape investigations, no charges yet that I know of. I'm not watching Conor McRapist. Jason, you are a real journalist. Love you, bro. I love you, Brian. Thank you. They're all brutal, violent rapists. No, they're not. No, they're not, Rev Spinaker. In fact, I do an MMA show once a week with a top-level guy, MMA legend, if you will, John Fitch. Doesn't brutally beat and rape women. Just saying. Just saying. They come here, get citizenship and passport, and go back to their countries and take welfare and other social services. If they were real Canadians, they would have already apologized for dying in the crash. That's not funny. Even though I chuckle a little. Hello, shalom, greetings, what up? LOL, whatchamacallit, the truer Pazoozis. I don't know what that means. You have to be here for 7 years to get citizenship, and you have to have a green card. Hello, everyone. Dublin. Look, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to be coming at you in 45 minutes with Steve from Slow News Day. And I'm going to put that right in the story we're going to be covering, the Daily Beast story, the hit piece on Steve and others right there. I'm going to give you one last chance to tweet out the McGregor tweet. I'm going to let you know that I'm also a documentary filmmaker. All my documentaries, free right here. You want to see how it really works, how the game is really played. Learn about 9/11. Loose Change Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, free. Invisible Empire, New World Order Defined, Shade the Motion Picture, free. Right here. Those are my big picture movies. If I'm wrong, correct me. We'll talk. We'll talk. We can have a conversation. We talk to everybody over here. And if you want to financially support me, $5, $10, $15, it means the world to me. It's how I keep it going. The GoFundMe, I'm going to put that in the chat. Who's going to be the first to donate today? Even a Mr. Lincoln will help. I love you guys. I'll see you back on the other side with my man Steve from Slow News Day, helping to expose that false left-right paradigm that is controlling the minds of millions.